Welcome, fellow knights. I invite you to a new game that's currently in early access called Sellswords Ashen Company. So if I had $1 every time someone mentioned how they would love to play Total War battles, but also be able to control an individual soldier during those epic battles, I would have like $100. No, a lot of people have mentioned that they would love a combination of epic battles mixed in with, third-person fighting or first-person fighting within those battles. And that is what this game is bringing to the table. It is a indie game. It's a small team. Actually, one person has been making this game, a studio based in Laval, France. So yeah, very cool. So far, what he's got here is pretty awesome, and I think it has a lot of potential, but again, it's still in its very early stages of development, so buyer beware if you're thinking about getting this after this video. So in the current state, you can play some custom battles. So there's only one game mode right now, custom battle. You've got land battles. I think they're going to be adding siege battles soon, so I can always return to the game when they add some siege battles. They currently have 3 factions. These are made-up factions. Again, this reminds me a lot of Mountain Blade, and that's how they kind of describe the game. It was like if Mountain Blade and Total War had a baby, because there is going to be a campaign where you are a captain of a mercenary company, and you'll travel the world seeking for contracts, manage your company, and take part in massive battles. I think. Again, I don't know what to expect from this game. If the campaign is anything like Mountain Blade, this could be a gem of a game. Being able to arrange marriages and form alliances and get your own castles and stuff like that. Again, I don't know what to expect from the game, but if it's anything like that, I think we've got a gem of a game on our hands here. So the 3 factions, I'm gonna probably slaughter these names, but it's Patoria, Skaharia, and Wotania. So I think these factions have like realistic themes to them, like one being a Viking-ish faction, another being like a Middle Eastern style faction. Again, I think that's what I've noticed so far. There's only 2 infantry types so far. There's infantry and missile troops. And there's only 3 maps, so that's what you get with the early access. But there is a new patch coming out soon, or I think soon, a new update of them adding cav and pikemen, horse riding with the captain, because as of right now you can only be on foot with the captain. They're going to be adding a siege battle, like I said, a campaign mode, which I'm super excited just to see what that's all about. And they're going to be adding music. The music you hear now, the music you hear here is music I edit in, so this is not their music, just keep that in mind. So real quick, let me just show you the tutorial of how this game works. You can see here on the screen, very similar looking to Total War. You got the RTS kind of mechanics here. I hope that they add more hotkeys. It's just a little like, it's kind of hard, like when you're so used to controlling units in Total War, it's kind of weird to go to this because it's kind of different. And if they made it a little bit similar to Total War in terms of like the hotkeys and everything, it would feel, I think, a little bit better. But it's not too difficult to control the armies. It's pretty simple. And then you've got perspective, where you, as you can tell, that's how you go into control of the general. So you hit E and it'll put you in third-person mode. The cool thing is when you get out of third-person mode to control your army, it pauses the battles, so you don't have to worry about your general dying as you're controlling the army. Attacking, here's some of the controls. It's very basic. Again, if they made the combat system a little bit more like Mountain Blade, that would be very interesting. I mean, it would be really awesome to have that role-playing element to the game, where you find new armor, you equip new armor to your captain, things like that. Again, I'm just projecting things I think would really make the game like in my opinion, like really awesome. So I don't want to say this is what the game's gonna be like, but if they added some really cool RPG elements, made your like in Mountain Blade, made your commander a little bit better with better equipment, that'd be awesome. So pretty straightforward. You just you attack in a direction key to trigger a light attack, middle mouse button to in a direction key to trigger a heavy attack. So there's that, and then blocking is with shift. Which is a little different because usually I use right mouse button to block. They have a dodge here, press space and a direction key to dodge. And then parry is right mouse where you block and then kick. So yeah, pretty straightforward, very basic mechanics. So we're going to go ahead and go into a battle here. So let's do a custom battle. And this is where you can set up your different options. So hopefully this isn't too loud. I might have to turn this down a little bit. But you can pick your army color. We're gonna go with blue, cause you know the Knights of Apollo. And then we're gonna do Skahara, and we'll make it like a orangish color. And then we'll do a desert. We'll do a bit of a Crusader kind of setup here. And again, you can only do land battles. So let's do next here. And this is where you can customize your character. You can do skin color and everything like that, but you can't really see because of the helmet. Let's see, you can customize the helmet here, which is pretty cool. So we got a lot of different cool looking helmets here. Or you can go, let's try to make them look a little bit, okay, let's give them some long hair if we can. Oh no, we can't. All right, well, we'll make him an old man. He's been around these parts for a long time. Let's give him mutton chops too. There we go. Sort of. Okay, so, and then you can customize the weapon. Again, I don't know if there's like, yeah, there's different strengths to different weapons. We're gonna go with a big bad weapon. Ooh, got some axes. Oh, what is this? Nice. It would be cool to have the weapon name type. I'm not sure what this is. It's like a, look at that. Look at that. It just looks like a bar. It's intense. Whoa, okay. That's a big old like claymore there. Is that a Zweihander? That's okay, we're gonna go with that. Let's put on let's make ourselves look like a gothic knight. That looks kind of cool. That's kind of like Crusader-y, or not Crusader, Conquistador. That's a good helmet. And then you can you gotta give them a nice big belt, put on some gauntlets, some thigh armor. So you can really customize a lot here, which is cool. Again, hopefully this is stuff you'll find during the campaign. Whoa. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Very French medieval looking. So we'll stick with that. Chest armor. We'll put some chest armor on. So there's a lot of different options, and if they definitely add this armor into the campaign, it'd be pretty sick and pretty awesome. So yeah, that looks good. And then the next screen is gonna look very similar to Total War, where you've got your infantry roster here, and you can kind of customize the battles. So we're gonna go ahead and make this an epic battle, a massive battle. And again, you can only really do custom battles. So like, or I'm sorry, I had a brain fart there. You can only get 2 different infantry types, archers and melee. So let's have this as like our main force, and then we'll have like shock troops here, and then we'll have some fancy archers. And this roster doesn't seem too complete, but we'll try to give them we'll just build a mirror army. Can we get rid of, there we go, mirror army, and then we'll put the shock troops here and give them archers as well. So that's going to be the army setup. Let's go ahead and dive into this one. And we're going to load into here, and you're going to see what exactly these battles are like and what it's like to control these forces. Again, this is super early. Here we go. Super early in development. I think it has a lot of potential. I'm not crazy about the units, how they are deployed here, how it's super loose. like this. It just seems like they're in loose formation. But I think it's because of just the way the battles play out. And you'll see what I mean when you're actually fighting in the front lines. You wouldn't want like a huge blob of enemies near you because it just doesn't work out nicely. So honestly, I don't mind the formations too much. I'm not a huge fan, but if it means that it makes the fighting system work better, then I'm all for it. But when you're actually fighting in the front lines, I know again, it's like super indie kind of, you know, indie style, but I don't really mind that at all. I think it actually looks pretty good. These units look great. Very highly detailed, and again, super early access, so this is still a work in progress. But when you're actually in the front line fighting and you see all these units clash, it's actually quite immersive and quite fun. That's definitely what I got out of that. So here's the infantry. So we got, looks like very Viking, got the round shield, got the one-handed axes. Back here I've got the polearm boys. These guys definitely giving me the French vibe right now. They've got these nice pole axes, halberd type units. Again, they are most definitely a shock troop, so I'm gonna try to use them on the flanks. And then if we go to the archers, where are the archers? Here they are. Archers got their longbows, it looks like. Very nice. They all kind of look sad because they're looking down right now. Just like, I don't want to fight. But yeah, they're ready to go. And then my captain is right here. Look at this bad boy. Look at him. This is a leader. This is a leader. He's ready to fight. So as you can tell, it's paused, and you can go ahead and command your troops. And this was, if you remember me talking about the controls, I wish I could like double click this unit. You know, you could double click a same unit type and it would highlight all of the same of those units. If they could add little things like that to just make controlling the army a little bit more convenient. So basically right now, another thing you could do is like in Total War, shift and click, you know, like starting this unit and then clicking here and highlight all in between. That doesn't really work. So to click multiple units, you kind of have to hold control and then click. So we're going to take half here and move them up. It's kind of hard to see. Hopefully they make this a little bit more visible. If you can kind of look closely, you can see how the deployment's going to look, where they're going to end up. So we'll put that there. Again, it's paused just like Total War. And then let's put the secondary line as like a reinforcement. If we can, there we go. Click on them. And again, it's kind of hard to see here, so I can't exactly tell. Where did I? All right, I'll just move them up here. And then, of course, didn't mean to do that. So I accidentally went into third-person mode there, but I don't want to get there just yet. Let's also move up the archers. Archers are extremely powerful in this game. I think they need to be nerfed a little bit because they just destroy armies. And then let's take the shock troops and keep them in the rear. So what we're going to do is press play right here. And, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Look at these guys. Look at these boys. Beautiful. So pretty cool. I mean, you see what I mean by pretty immersive? You got the enemy army down there. You see all their numbers. This is, to be fair, I want to be honest here. This is my first time using such a big weapon, so I'm usually fighting with a shield in this game, so I don't know how well I'm gonna fight. But yeah, this is awesome. I mean, it's really, really cool. You got your men behind you. You got, hopefully this isn't too loud. Okay, there we go. I turned it down a little bit because I don't want to be competing with the game sound. Archers are in place. There they go. They're already firing. Pretty sick right there. Pretty cool looking. So, again, it's super, you know, like, super early in the development phase, but I'm actually quite impressed. I'm quite immersed. That's how we zoom out right there. I just press E and it pauses the battle for you, which is good. Now you can press play down here and keep the battle going, but I don't recommend it because your general is in risk of dying. And you can see that the enemy has already lost a lot of troops here. Now this faction looks pretty lightly armored, so maybe that's why they're dropping so quickly. But yeah, they've lost a lot to the archers, and their archers are, where are their archers? Way back here. So I don't know how well, and look at I mean, this is pretty cool. You zoom in. I like how when you zoom in, it gets rid of all the logos here. And that looks pretty immersive. That looks pretty cool. So I've told my men to attack. I'm going to go ahead and tell the secondary row, which is right here, to kind of be close by, kind of in front of the archers. And then we're going to go back to the front line and let's join this charge. Oh, enemy fire coming in. So that's pretty sick. Woo! Oh, keep your shields up. So now we're about to join into the fight. And they are risking. So it's kind of weird. You know how in Mountain Blade, the direction you attack is where you kind of move the mouse. This one, it's where you're walking. So if you want to attack upward, it's S, or I'm sorry, W. If you want to attack kind of like a thrust, it's S. A is the side, and D is the other side. So it's kind of, it's a little different, and it takes a while to get used to. And the cool thing about this is you're not superhuman, you know? And look at this battlefield right now. It's actually pretty cool. Now, I know the battles are not playing out like a historical medieval battle where you had close lines, you know, very close like shield walls, men fighting very closely together. In fact, it kind of reminds me of a Hollywood movie where like whenever the battle breaks out, it usually looks like this. You know, it looks like everyone's spaced out, everyone's fighting their individual duel and whatnot. So that's what it kind of reminds me of, but I don't hate it. And you see what I mean by why I get it so spaced out? I mean, imagine fighting this, but having troops just so blobbed up. Now, I'm sure if the developer here can improve the fighting a little bit, I mean, it's not, again, it's not terrible, but if it, I don't know, I guess it's, I'm having a hard time explaining exactly what I'm talking about here, but maybe have them a little bit in tighter formations. I think that would be pretty cool. But so far, I think it's a promising game. Now, I think currently it's $15, like $14.99 on Steam, which might seem a little steep for what you get. So if you want to wait, gotta make sure I get out of there. Remember, space is to dodge back. So I've been doing light attacks. Let's do a heavy attack. Uh-oh. I don't want to die here. Please dodge. See, you're not superhuman by any means. There's the heavy attack. Boom. Hey, you killed my troops. You scum. We're really losing men fast, so let's quickly send in some reinforcements. They're actually doing a pretty good job against our men. Yeah, it's looking fairly even, but look at the carnage that the archers, like, they really need to nerf these archers because they just destroyed their secondary line, which is hilarious. So let's go ahead. Again, it's paused, so we're gonna rush in the men here. Let's get them into the fight, and let's you know what, I might do another battle after this. Let's just charge everyone in. This is the finishing blow here. I might do another battle against a faction that's a bit more you know, finished, because this roster for the enemy forces was not exactly very diverse, but oh, okay, dodge. Oh, see. And then if we look back, you can see here comes the infantry. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Here comes the reinforcements. Thank you. There we go. Good job, buddy. They're also sending up reinforcements as well. And I could really see a pretty cool, like, if they added banners and like lords, again, like Mountain Blade, and if the shields had your sigil on it, I think that would be really cool. You know, just to identify what your army is, kind of add some customization to it, and being able to join in battles where there's multiple armies, not instead of just like 1v1, you could be showing up as like a reinforcement army and kind of joining the battle late or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. Okay, don't want to die. There we go. Ooh, these are the big halberd boys. I'm trying to parry him. See if I can. Oh, too late. Oh, I died. I died. Oh my god, I was so focused on parrying. Alright, that's fine. So we're gonna press play, and now we get to experience the battle like it's a Total War battle. And it's actually pretty cool. Like, it's pretty cool considering how this is an indie game and, you know, it's one person making this. It's quite impressive what he's able to accomplish here. But a nice little fight going on here. Very, very cool. Very awesome. I think we've reached their back lines. I'm curious if we can... Let's try to really focus down with the archers for their back lines here. Ooh. Yeah, go for the back lines. I don't know if... Archers hopefully have limited ammo. But yeah, most of my men kind of cleaning up this flank. It seems like we're going to win the battle. But unfortunately, my captain that I was playing died. And again, it just showed how you're not superhuman, and I like that. I like that a lot. I don't want any kind of ridiculous traits or buffs or anything like that. I want to be like a common soldier, but I'm just the commander. But we definitely lost a lot there. You know, in terms of tactics, I feel that there wasn't much I could have done there. I mean, I guess I could have sat back and used my archers a bit more efficiently, but I just kind of wanted to get to the thick of it. So, I don't know tactically. Again, I'm still very new to the game, so I don't know if I should be looking out for different, like, rock, paper, scissors, you know, rock, paper, scissors matchups, like, really make sure my swordsmen are facing spearmen because they'll do better or whatever it may be. I think when they add cav and pikemen to the game, it's definitely going to get a lot more tactical. But so far, it kind of just seems like you throw the men into the fray. So let's quickly overwhelm this flank because that's where we're having the most progress. Is there a way to do it? See, like, hopefully they also add like formation modes, you know, like different formations, like a skirmish mode for my archers, or even adding like you know, to drop their bows and to pick up their swords and fight that way. But it seems like they have infinite ammo, which hopefully they change, because that would be a cool perk to, like, you know, work on, like, as your commander, like maybe your intelligence or something, and you have better, like, what do you call it, better efficiency, I guess, with your supplies. Archers are kind of cleaning this up. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Look how deadly the archers are. Look at this. And the AI just kind of sat there with them. So hopefully the AI gets a little bit better in terms of tactics as well, because obviously you don't want a game that's too easy. But I can imagine in campaign it's about, if it's anything like Mountain Blade, it's going to be about making sure you don't get into a fight you can't win. You know, like against a enemy lord or something who has a much larger army or has more reinforcements. I mean, I'm kind of curious to how many troops, because it's running quite well. It's running quite well with this amount of troops. Uh-oh. Okay, that's not a good sign. Again, it's still a work in progress, guys. Still a work in progress. So this battle's pretty much over. I think we're just cleaning up a couple troops here. Lots of death, lots of carnage. So I'm actually going to go ahead and quit the battle and do another one here. Let's do a snow battle, and we'll keep him the same. Quickly build this army. I'm going to do all infantry. Let's do some bad boys, you know what I mean? Some bad, mean boys ready to kill some other bad, mean boys. So we're going to go all swordsmen the front line. Let's get these big old, like, two-handed swordsmen. And we're going to have a similar army comp for these guys. So we'll do this. And then with the two-handed axemen. So swords versus axes. And then we're going to go ahead and dive into this one. Hopefully I fight a little bit better here. And this kind of takes away the archers for now. And there's the snow map. Again, the maps are pretty simple. They all seem flat. They've got some trees. I'm curious if the trees or different terrain brings any kind of, like, strength or perks? Like if you're on the high ground, does that increase the archer distance, stuff like that? So let's get to this one. Let's go ahead and take this front line. So let's just quickly click on these men and move them up about right there. And then we'll do the same for this line right here. And we're just gonna charge in like a big old mosh pit. I'm kind of curious to see how these swordsmen look. You know, let's go on the flank with these guys. Let's do some flanking maneuvers. Let's see what these, let's go see what these men look like. The big old two-handed swords. Woo wee! Again, love the French themes going on here. Very nice. They do look very sick. Very sick. Almost as good as my officer here. The army's moving out. I'm gonna march with my men. And I don't think you can actually command the commander, the person I'm playing as right now, from the RTS view. Like, yeah, you can't click on them. Or can you? No, you can't. So you have to go into third person to control him. And I think you should be able to give out commands in this mode as well. I think that would be a cool addition to the game, where you can kind of give general commands, you know, similar to Mountain Blade, being able to tell nearby men to group up on you to protect you, or Cav to fall back, or just really simple stuff. Nothing like too detailed. I think that would be awesome. But let's... Oof, look at that enemy army. Look at that. That is really, really cool. I do really like that a lot. Just seeing all these forces blobbed up here. Or not blobbed up, but the enemy forces lined up here, ready to take on our forces. I'm really curious to see what this campaign map is going to be like. Let's see. Alright, let's go into this mode now. And start charging. We'll charge in 2 waves. Okay, and the rest can sit back. Here we go. Here we go, men! Into the fray. One last time. Oh, man, they're shifting some troops around. Well, let me see what that looks like. Interesting. Alright, let's go back. Come on, men, charge! And again, it would be cool to recruit units from different cultures, so you can have an army full of, like, you know, really different unit types. I'm just gonna try to play it cool here. There's no friendly fire, so... Ow. Fight! Fight! Damn you! Let's get a view of this. Alright, looking pretty good. Let's keep up the good fight, though. Viking scum! Viking scum! Yeah, no, too slow. Oh no! Help me! Ah. There we go. You see that parry? Finally pulled it off. Whoa! This guy's coming from the flank. Trying to swing around this. There we go. Man, these guys are tough. So yeah, you're not superhuman. Let's zoom out real quick. It seems like we're doing all right. Our numbers are kind of thin here. Unfortunately, I don't know. I feel like we're losing this one. We're gonna have to send up some reinforcements. Let's not forget about the units on the flank, though. So let's kind of move them there and see how the AI kind of responds to that. What's this red line? I assume this is the end, the edge. Yeah, the edge is right there. So, ooh, we got some reinforcements back here. Let's move them up. And I'm going to go ahead and commit my third line into the fight. We definitely need more men in the center where I'm fighting. Let's press play as we watch them. The reinforcements, man! They're on the rear, joining the front. Quickly, and they're sending in their reinforcements. You see them back there. Big ol' axemen, kind of terrifying right now. Yes! Kill them all! Hopefully they add some sort of morale system, because that would be cool to see. And like being able to do a rally, like could you imagine a weapon type being a horn, you know, and you can upgrade that horn and it would increase morale effects, you know? I think that would be pretty cool. Alright, so they've really committed a lot of forces to this front. We have one more line of reinforcements. And of course, let's not forget about our flanking troops. So let's go back to the strategic view. And I'm going to keep pushing these men to the rear. 2 units. Hopefully they can be the deciding factor. And we're going to go ahead and commit the last of our troops into this battle. As these men are lined up. That's it. That's all we got. Here we go. Damn you, Reds. Damn you. Uh-oh. Oh, the axe. Okay. The axe guys are scary. There comes the last reinforcements, man. We can't hold for much longer. Leave my troops alone. Oh. See, now they're really starting to stack up. And you can hit multiple targets in one swing. That's good to see. Oh. My health is getting pretty low. What's going on in the center? Did we lose the center completely? Jeez. All right, let's... Yeah, we have lost that center. Let's go ahead and commit the troops on the flank at this time. Let's go back over into this fight. Let's kill... So I'm gonna hold the center single-handedly. Hopefully we see a bit more of aggressive AI or a little of both. Maybe defensive if they're, you know, like seeing different characteristics of AI. Like if you outnumber the enemy, they're a bit more defensive. Is that a good noise to make as a commander? Leave me alone, mister. Oh, we hit each other. I'm trying to use the... Ow! No! Come on. Oh no. Yeah, the parry. Oh my god, his attacks are insane. These 2 men. There we go. Let's wait for him to do his thing. Woo! Back into the fight! It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. Hopefully that flanking charge is helping us out, but jeez, I don't know if we're gonna win this battle. And I like the pace of the battles. They're not too quick. They're not too quick, not too slow. Man, these guys are tough. I gotta be careful. I gotta kind of sit back here. Maybe they'll add some bandages. No! You bastard! Alright, zoom out, see how that flank's going. It's going alright. Whoa, we got a unit way back here. Get up here, dingus. We need those troops in the center. Alright, back to this fight. They should definitely add like a fast forward fast forward option just in case it's a pretty easy battle and you want to quickly get through it. I'm gonna help with one of the flanks. If we can break through one of these flanks, then we'll be doing all right. Oops. Maybe like less predictable attacks. See, they kind of do the 3 attacks over and over. Again, I'm no game developer, so I have no idea how difficult it would be to implement some of these things I've brought up. What's going on here, guys? You having a tea party? Let's go! Come on! Bring the fight to them! Gotta win this flank. There we go. Yeah, get him, boy! Oh! I really need to use my heavy attacks. I've only kind of been using light attacks. Let's see. Here we go, ready? Yeah! Whoa, look at the battle, man! Uh-oh. Ooh, that was close. I'm gonna use light attacks here for speed. Yes, charge! Look at that fight! That's actually really cool. Oh no, what was I doing? There we go, I'm down. Already out of the fight. So, I don't know if we're gonna win this one. There comes reinforcements. Charge! Brr, brr. Add some rallies to the game. That you can never go wrong there. Oh, definitely won in this flank. Let's kind of go with the sandwich charge. Because we are winning on the flanks. It's just in the center we're losing. So that's really nice. It was good to have these fresh troops to kind of go into the fight. It would be cool to be able to control one of your men. You know, when you die, you can control like a random soldier, but he really sucks, you know? Something like that. It sucks that I died. I was really trying not to. Let's keep pushing around the flanks. Keep pushing. And then these men keep holding. There's not much left. Really got to be quick about it. Really be quick about it. Yeah, but I mean, depending on how you guys are kind of enjoying this game, I would love to do like whenever they come out with an update. I will certainly want to show you guys what the siege battles are like and whatnot. But so far, my final, and I didn't really plan on this video to be a review, but my final thoughts on the game is that it has a lot of potential. In the current state, is the game worth $15? I don't know about that, but I certainly think that it could be very soon. If they can add the campaign and constantly add to the game, I think it could be worth more than $15 very easily. But again, it depends on what he adds, and even if he doesn't add all the things I mentioned, about like how to, you know, making it like Mountain Blade and very similar stuff like that. If it's still decent, you know, $15 is really not that much, and I'm having a blast playing it so far. So, again, great foundation for the game so far. I think it's got a good start to this game, and we'll see what happens with the game. Nonetheless, it's cool to give it exposure, and I think a lot of you guys will be interested in this and seeing what happens with it. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. I don't think I'm gonna win this battle actually, but I'm gonna wrap it up as it's already been a pretty decent amount of time. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I don't know if the developer, I'll definitely email this video to him. Maybe he can answer some questions in the comments. I'll message him about it and say, hey, if they have questions, don't be afraid to, you know, to answer it. But yeah, if you have any questions or anything like that, leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll even try to answer if I can. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.